What if I told you there's a secret to getting that youthful, porcelain-like skin that, well, that dermatologist might not be telling you about? It's totally free, it takes just 3 minutes, and you can find it right in your own home. The source material we're diving into today is going to challenge a core belief of the beauty industry to reveal it.
So, right out of the gate, the source makes this incredibly bold statement, directly taking on the multi-billion-dollar beauty industry that, fills our shelves. The whole idea here is that the real solution to aging skin isn't in some expensive bottle, but in a simple ritual.
And that really brings us to the central question we're exploring. The source points to a very specific practice used by Japanese women for generations. One that promises some incredible results without that incredible price tag. So let's go ahead and unpack that secret.
To really get the power of this simple method, first we have to look at what it's up against. The source we're looking at frames the whole conventional approach to skincare as, well, something we really need to question.
So on one side, you've got the industry promise, right? These complex, multi-step routines with super expensive, scientifically formulated creams. And then on the other side, you've got this ancient method. It's simple, it's accessible to everyone, and it's all rooted in a completely natural bodily response. This slide just perfectly shows that stark contrast.
So what is this ancient method? Well, our source calls it a ritual that's packed with a history of wisdom, a practice that's known as Kawo Sen.
Just the name itself sounds like it carries centuries of wisdom, doesn't it? It just suggests a practice that's been passed down for a very simple reason, because it works. Now, here's the crucial part. Kawo Sen isn't just splashing some cold water on your face. Nope. It's a very specific technique of immersion that's designed to trigger a very particular biological reaction, an age-reversing response that comes from inside your own body.
Okay, this all sounds pretty amazing, but how does it actually work? This is where it gets really interesting. The source material doesn't just give us a folk remedy, it actually connects it to a documented scientific principle. The science behind this whole thing hinges on something called the mammalian dive reflex. This is a real, involuntary survival response that's hardwired into all mammals, including us. The moment your face hits that cold water, your body thinks it's diving. It immediately reroutes blood flow away from your limbs to protect your vital organs, especially your brain, flooding it with fresh oxygen.
Now, what's really fascinating here is this number. The source material cites research showing that triggering this reflex can lead to a potential 28% increase in skin elasticity. I mean, that is a significant, measurable change, and it all comes from a simple, natural process.
So let's connect the dots here. You immerse your face. That triggers the dive reflex, which then rushes oxygen-rich blood straight to your head. And the result? This whole process naturally tightens and firms the skin from the inside out. It's a brilliant illustration of how a simple external trigger can create such a powerful internal change.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now for the most important part, the how. Let's get into the practical, step-by-step guide so you can incorporate this into your own morning routine.
And honestly, it is so incredibly simple. You don't need any special equipment at all. Just a bowl, some water, and a few minutes of your time every single morning. So, are you ready?
Okay, here are the exact steps from the source. First, the water temperature is absolutely key. You want to aim for 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 10 to 15 Celsius. Second, immerse your entire face for just 3 to 5 seconds. Third, come up for air and then repeat that dunk a total of 3 times. And finally, and this is critical, gently pat your face dry. Do not rub, because that can irritate the very skin you're trying to help.
So, as we wrap up this quick explainer, what are the most important things you need to walk away with? Let's just summarize the key points one last time.
Look, the main point is the power of simplicity. Remember, this ritual is completely free and it takes just a few minutes. And it's so important to get that this isn't some kind of magic. You're just activating your body's own incredible natural reflexes. But the real key, as our source really emphasizes, is consistency. You have to make this a non-negotiable part of every single morning to really see the results. And that really leaves us with a fascinating final thought. If a solution this simple for something as complex as skin aging actually exists, it just makes you wonder, what other powerful secrets to our health and well-being are hiding right there in plain sight, just waiting for us to rediscover them?